Okay, hello, good day. So, as in our previous video tutorial, how to install the SAMP, but now we're gonna use the CMD so using the CMD command prompt, so like what the last video that I shown, so you need to type CMD cd cd SAMP, then cd MySQL bin and MySQL u root and p. So now we can do is to show databases, show database. So the available that in our database is the DB-ATM, DB card, DB rover information, and so on. So first thing first is we need to create a database. So in order to create this, you need to type create database, the name of your table, for example, the name of your database, for example. So okay, query one row affected. So show database to check if you already created the database. Okay, so database, here the database that we created example. So we need to use enable to manipulate it. First we need to use those database. Use example, create a change. So we need to create a table. For example, create table, the name of our table, for example, user. So user, so you need to put the field inside our table. For example, ID int, name, so you need to choose to use the varchar, because name is a composed of character, a character or string, so varchar. So name, age, in our age we use int. So in the int you cannot it is not really important or really not to put the range or the space. For example, the varchar we put 50, so the int are you cannot, it is okay it is okay to not put the the space or the space that available, because it is understood. Okay, so age, gender, so varchar 50. Okay, so you need to close it. So always put in your mind that you need to close it with the parenthesis, then semicolon. Okay, so query okay or rows affected. So enable to check the table that we created. We're gonna use the syntax describe user. So this is the field ID, name, age, gender. So the type int varchar, so key default extra. So that is the basic in creating the database with database table and with its core kanang with its tables or with its field rather. Okay, so so next step is to put a data inside in our table. Okay, insert into user. So first thing first, you need to put the fields: ID, name, age, gender. So always to remind you that the key or the field in our database is so very sensitive. So if you use lowercase, you should use lowercase, and when you use uppercase, so it should be in uppercase. Okay, so values. So in the values, you can put here the data, data, but in order. So for example, the ID, name, age, and the gender. So age 1, ID 1, name Mark, but we need to put this this quotation or quotes. We need to put these quotes since it is in a varchar type. Okay, so int na naman yung age 20 and gender male. Yeah. Okay, so query okay, one are affected. So in order to show the data in our table, so this time we're not gonna use the describe user, but instead select asterisk from user, and that's it. So in our table, it has a data which is the ID is 1, the name Mark, the age is 20, and the gender is male. So you can also add information. For example, 2. This is Ron, and I'm gonna say 19. Yeah. So to select from, so yeah, we have 1, 2, and so name is Mark, then Rune, and the age is 20, 19, male and female. So now we will gonna use another function. So what we're gonna use when we're gonna drop or we're gonna remove the column. So we're gonna use alter on the table name user. We're gonna use alter user drop column. For example, the gender. Alter user drop column. I think I have using a wrong syntax. This is my syntax. Alter user drop. Okay. So just move on. We're gonna try to add. Okay, for example, add gender. Add column, for example, location or address. So we need to put its type varchar, 50. There is something with my syntax. Table. Okay, so alter table user add column address varchar. So to check. Yun. So we have an address addition column in our table. So to drop, so we have a no? So drop. So user table, same syntax, but this time you're gonna use remove or drop. So not usable the remove, so we're gonna try the drop. So just try the drop, and this. Okay, so to check if it is changes. Okay, so yung the address in our table was dropped. So that's all for today's video. Just learn how to create first the database, then the table, and by adding the field and the data on it, and how to drop and to add its column.